Good afternoon and welcome to the 2016 NCAA Division II Women's Volleyball Championship and the post-match press conference from our first quarterfinal match. We are joined this afternoon by Angelo State, who finishes the season at 34-4 after falling 3-1 to Alaska Anchorage in today's first quarterfinal. With us are head coach Chuck Waddington, senior outside hitter Mallory Blosser, and junior outside hitter Brianna Sotelo. We'll begin with an opening statement from Coach Waddington and then open it up for questions.
All right, well, a lot of credit goes to Alaska Anchorage. They were on point today. We came out in the first set. We kind of set the tone of what we wanted to do and established our plan, and they made some nice adjustments and kind of keyed in on a couple of things we were trying to do offensively. And we started off the second set down. It's just a bunch of random plays in a row. An overpass, a double, a free ball, that scores. It was, and we didn't really recover from that. And but what I liked about my team is that regardless of the gap in the score, they're playing next point volleyball, which is something we talk about all the time. We want to focus on the next point. We can't do anything about what just happened. We closed the gap on them a couple times to within 1 or 2 in that second set. And third set, we had chances. I think the third set was the key in the match. Had we won that third set, I think it would be probably a flip-flop in who speaks first here, because that was a gut-wrenching set. We both played our minds out, and they dug a million balls, and so did we, and we had a lot of chances in transition, and but so did they. And so I think it was kind of a backbreaker, that third set. And but these guys, these two right here, they gave me everything they had, as well as all the other girls. And first thing we talk about when we get in the locker room is how much I love them, and I do. They're my family. They're my girls, and it's hard to see them hurt, because I know how much they wanted this next step for our program. But I love them, and I wouldn't have traded them for anybody. I never will. So I guess that's how we'll start.
Mallory and Brianna, this is a little bittersweet, but being able to lead Angelo State's the first program to lead A, what has that meant to y'all?
Want me to go first? Obviously, it's a huge deal for us. This is a goal that we've had since the very beginning. Since I know I've come into the program, since Coach came into the program, this has always been a goal. So to finally be able to achieve that, it's pretty cool. And last year, we had obviously the same goals every year, but we were able to chip away at something we hadn't done before, which was win that conference tournament. And then this year. And then we ended up losing in the regional final. And this year, we hadn't won a regional final. We were able to chip away at that. So there's no reason that next year, we kind of got to open the door this year. So that next step, winning this game and hopefully being able to win a national championship, there's no reason that next year they can't do that.
We made history, and it's hard. It's bittersweet, like she said, to be here and, to lose the first round. But I think we have a great chance. We expect to be back here next year. It's just really hard losing our seniors, but I think everybody played their minds out, and I think it's just heartbreaking to get this far, and not be able to go further.
Coach Ryan, what has Mallory meant to this program, and what has she done to elevate it?
She's kind of okay, Mallory is, I've said this a bunch of times, and I mean it about both of these young ladies right here. When your best players are your hardest workers, unbelievably awesome things can happen. And every day in the gym, they set the tone. Mallory holds everybody accountable, on a daily basis. And that's hard to do. That's really hard to do, to maintain what we talk about it. It's called our championship standard. And, when I remember getting the phone call, from a club director 3 years ago when I was in Indianapolis freezing, much like here. And with her interest, telling me that Mallory had interest in coming to Angelo State. And, I knew that she would be a difference maker for us. And so I'm so proud of just the player that she's become and developed into, because she didn't come to us as a complete player, and she'll be the first one to tell you that. One of the things she said to me when we first started talking about it was that I need to get better. I need to be coached. I want to become a better player. I want to be a 6 rotation player, And so all the credit to her for all the effort she's put in to be first-team All-American, a leader of a team that has taken us to, new levels, new heights as a program. And she's opened the door for us And, you know, and kind of what Bree was talking about, you know, you have to know that you're good enough to be here, to get here. And this team knows they're good enough to compete at this stage. You know, I don't think last year we really knew that. I think we thought maybe, you know, I know our staff kind of talked about it a lot, but I don't think they had that belief. But we walk away from this knowing that we belong in this venue. You know, we belong in this championship atmosphere. And that just, we're going to have to hold that championship standard again and get ourselves back here.
Valerie, what was your message to the team after that?
Well, I didn't get to say a whole lot. I mean, obviously it's hard. Like, I don't want to lose. I didn't think at any point in that game we were going to lose. Even when it was 24, whatever we had, it was not very good. But, you know, probably the most exciting part of that match for me was when one of our freshmen, sorry, I'm going to cry. One of our freshmen, Allie Davidson, actually came into the game, and she's come in a few times this season just to help us out when we're struggling on the right side. And the very first ball she gets set, she rips it and bounces it like on like the 10-foot line. It was amazing. But that's something that I didn't have when I was a player coming in. You know, I was afraid to make the mistake, and that's something that the people below me I know have, which is so exciting. They have the right mentality, and even if sometimes it's high error, you know, things like that, but they're willing to get up and rip the ball, and the skill is going to come, but our team has the right mentality like every single time. So that's something that was exciting for me.
Bree, what do you take away from Allie and what she's done for the program and being the player with you?
Like Coach said, she's the hardest worker on the court. You know, she's watching film every single day. We'll go after we'll be driving home on the bus. She's watching film. She's watching the game. You know, trying to get better every single day. And she's really just shown me to be a leader. You know, and be team first. And obviously to be a great volleyball player. You know, she holds everybody accountable. So you know, and next year going into that, I like I said, I expect us to be back here. So I'm going to hold my team accountable, and we're going to make it back here.
Congratulations, you guys. On the
Thank
great
you.
Thank you.